Hello friends, this is Yvette of Yvette Creates, and I am a part of the Not Too Shabby Shop design team. I am going to make half a sheet load today using paper from the Pumpkin Market paper pack as well as the coordinating ephemera. So I was toying with whether I should make the full sheet load or half a sheet load, but I decided on doing half the sheet load. So I am using the August 2025 SheetLoad of Cards sketch. Now I will link to the Not Too Shabby Shop in the description box, as well as to Call Me Crafty Al's channel, so you can find out how you can download your own SheetLoad sketch. So this month's SheetLoad sketch is a special edition for using our 6x6 paper, which is perfect because I have 6x6 paper. Now both of these were part of this month's box of the month. So I'm going to choose my paper and ephemera and cut out all my pieces, and then I'll be back to assemble our cards. Alrighty friends, I have all my pieces cut and ready to go. I have my vellum, and I used a scallop stitch circle to cut those. I have my ephemera, I have my matte layer, and then all my pattern paper cut and ready to go. Now Alicia does a really good job of giving a nice suggestion for assembly on the sketch. So what she suggested was placing on her sketch, and let me show you. She suggests place the pieces represented by the floral paper, so these, first. Then you can add the other pieces. So that's what I'm going to do, but let me decide what pieces now. So the good thing is this is double-sided paper, so that gives me more options. So I'll need 2 of each pattern in the longer piece and 2 in the shorter piece, right? Right. So let's see. So I have all my pieces gathered, ready to go. Now we can start assembling our cards. So let's start with one and go from there. Now, because I am using this metallic cardstock, I'm going to use my tape runner because I'm not very good at using my liquid glue on metallic. I never fails. I end up smearing it. So I'm just going to be on the safe side and use my ATG. And I don't want to press too hard because I noticed when I made another batch of these, which I did, if I'm off, when I'm using my tape glider, I can lift it a little to fix the spacing. Okay, so see, I'm doing these 4 patterns first. So this one goes here, and I'm constantly glancing over at the sketch as I'm working, because even though I think I remember what it looks like on the sketch, inevitably I'll place something incorrectly. All right, so those 4 are there. See, this one looks a little crooked, so I'm able to lift it since I didn't really press too hard. Kind of shift it a little. Then I can do my next layer. So this one will go here. Let's do that. All right. And I'm trying to kind of leave equal space between the pieces here as best I can. Now, does it really matter if it's perfectly equal space? No. Nobody's going to know. When you give cards to people, they don't scrutinize them the way we do. You know, even our crafty friends don't scrutinize them. You're just happy to get a handmade card. All right. Looking good. I'm glad I chose that copper paper. Okay, do it this way. Because if it's off a little bit on the center, that's going to get covered by my vellum circle and my ephemera. So the vellum circle will go there, and my ephemera. Now, one of the alternative ways to use the sketch is, instead of a die cut sentiment on here, to use a piece of ephemera. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to add a sentiment to these. Oh, look how pretty. Let me see which one I want on here. Oh, the little fox. I think I want the little fox. And I am going to pop him up on some foam tape. So let's get this ready to go. Then once I have my piece of ephemera popped up on my vellum circle, I can attach that vellum to my card. And you won't see any adhesive, because what I'll do is attach, or I mean glue, only behind where the ephemera is. All right, let's get this done. And then my next question to myself was, do I use a white card base, a craft card base, a cream card base? We'll see right now what I decide to use. Okay. Now that that's on there, see, I will only add adhesive behind where my foam tape is. And then I can place my vellum circle down. Oh, that looks so pretty. Now, here are my choices for card bases. So, do I want it on the cream? Oh, that looks pretty. Or on the white? That's nice, but I think it's a little too stark white for a fall card. Or on the craft. I think I'm going to go with the cream. I think I like that choice best. So let's attach that. And make sure it's the right way. Because as we all know, I'm good at putting panels on my bases upside down. So my next decision is, do I or do I not add enamel dots? So let me see. You know, I think I am going to add a few. Now this pack of enamel dots is the Minty Peach Bliss, but I like the peach color on here. I think it goes well with this paper. And maybe we put the enamel dots surrounding our fox. How about that? And I should have enough for 4 cards. Oh, I think that looks cute. Take a peek. Now, before I go on to assembling the rest of my cards, I did have some scraps of patterned paper. So what I am going to do is use these for the inside of my cards. All right, so this one I'm going to use for the inside. And that'll go right in here. If I could only lay it down straight. And then I will grab a small piece of ephemera from the coordinating pack of ephemera. And I should have gotten those out earlier, but I forgot. So I'm going to just grab, let's see, let me grab this little bowl of soup. Let me get my other ones since I'm already flipping through them. Maybe one of these pies. Let's see what else we could do. Just so I can add a little bit of this beautiful ephemera to the inside. That way our cards look pretty both on the inside and on the outside. Oh, the pie maybe. Slice of pie. All right, I'm going to use those 4 that I have there. So I put the rest of these away so I don't lose all my bits and pieces. So I think for our little fox, I'm going to put this crate of pumpkins on the inside. So I'll just add a little bit of liquid glue, open up my card, and I'm just going to put it right here. Oh, look how pretty. Love it. Love it. Okay, friends, I'm going to play a little bit of music as I put together the rest of the cards, and I'll be back when I'm all done. Alrighty friends, so here are my 4 completed cards using the Pumpkin Market pattern paper and coordinating ephemera. And I think they turned out so cute. So I did use a scalloped stitch circle die to cut my vellum out of. I added a couple of enamel dots, and instead of the die cut sentiment, I used a piece of the ephemera. And then with my scraps, I added those as well as another piece of ephemera to the inside of the cards. So there's one. Here's the other. With those wider pieces of leftover paper, I just trimmed them in half and did a little flag banner cut so that I could have these inside two of the cards, and then another piece of the ephemera. I think these are great. I love them. And I like that I didn't actually put a sentiment, because I could use them as a thank you card, as a thinking of you card, as a birthday card, really. There are people with birthdays in the fall. So I'm loving the way they turned out. This paper and this ephemera is gorgeous. I hope I was able to provide you with some inspiration today. As always, have a beautiful, safe, and creative day. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.